Someone needs to hear this. Just take a breath with me for a moment. Let your shoulders drop. Let your mind settle. Let yourself arrive here. Because this reading is for the moment where your clarity is returning. Your energy is stabilizing and life is becoming to feel more manageable again. And maybe for the first time in a while. Let's take a look at what's here. You have the Ace of Swords. You have the Six of Swords. And you have the Sun. Okay, so this Ace of Swords here, this is where, this is the moment where something finally clicks. You see how this sword breaks through this crown here? It's a breakthrough, right? There's some sort of a clarity. It's a thought that lands, a truth that becomes obvious. You know, your decisions starts feeling cleaner with this type of an energy. This is something like a situation you get into. It's new and it suddenly makes sense. You get into some sort of a new shift happening here. And you might catch yourself thinking, I can finally see this clearly. Sorry about the glare. It feels like wiping a window clean after weeks of fog, of being in a fog. Like you taking a breath you didn't realize you were holding. You see, your mind feels lighter. And that's what that does for you. Your directions feels clearer. And your inner voice feels easier to trust. So maybe you've been going back and forth on something. It's like some sort of a relationship, a job, a boundary. And suddenly, without forcing it, without forcing things, you just know what feels right. Or maybe you've been carrying some sort of a confusion, and now you're able to name that feeling. Naming it gives you power. Naming it gives you direction. This type of a clarity isn't loud. It's clean, and it's simple, and it's honest. It also leads you straight into this next shift. The Six of Swords here. Because with this clarity, there's now movement, right? You're moving away from something heavy. Something that's been quietly draining you. Even if you didn't realize how much weight it carried. This could be like an old pattern, an old worry, some sort of an old emotional attachment, or an old version of yourself. You know, this is where things used to feel overwhelming. You see, now they feel more manageable, right? This is where you used to carry everything alone, and now you feel supported by your own clarity. Picture yourself stepping out of a foggy room into this fresh air. Nothing big, nothing dramatic, right? Just relief. Just space and calm. The Six of Swords is the moment where you stop fighting the current and you let yourself move towards something lighter. It's this emotional transition, you know, the part where you're not fully at the destination yet. You know, the old saying, are we there yet? Well, you're not fully there yet, but you're no longer stuck where you were. because of this clarity, right? You're moving forward. This movement here opens the door to this card. This is the Sun. This, to me, is a huge breakthrough. You can see there's a lot of, this energy holds a lot of clarity and joy and warmth and confidence. There's emotional ease. You know, this type of a clarity, it's like the inside of you, it's getting lit up. You're starting to understand things better, and that's why you feel more at ease. Things are moving kind of a little bit more joyful, a little bit more lighter, a little bit more happier. The Sun actually is the, out of the 78 cards in tarot, this is the happiest card in the deck. So this tells me this is the moment where life feels lighter, where things start making sense because you're illuminating things. This is where you feel more like yourself again. And it's not forced, it's not dramatic, it's kind of a natural transition. The Sun shows up when you're stepping into a new chapter. Pardon me, shows up into, you're stepping into a chapter where, you know, you've got this mind that was in a fog and now it's being more clear and your heart is opening up. Your energy's more stable, like your direction feels very hopeful and life feels brighter. This is the emotional payoff. Yeah, it is. It's the emotional payoff for all the patience that you've had, that you've come across, that you've been dealing with. It's all that reflection, all the inner work, all the slow progress that you've been working on. Perhaps you've been doing a lot of inner healing. I see you moving into a season where clarity isn't something you chase. It's something that arrives because you're finally, I'd say you're ready for it. You know, this Sun is your confirmation that you're stepping into a lighter and a more hopeful and happier chapter. So, with all these energies in place here, if you've been feeling your mind clearing and your energy is stabilizing and your direction is opening up, this is your message. You're moving away from heaviness and you're stepping into clarity. You're opening up to new possibilities. And your life is about to feel lighter and brighter and more manageable. If this found you, trust what resonates and leave the rest. And if these readings have been helping you, feel free to like, subscribe, share, or comment. It helps this little community grow, and it also helps these messages reach the people who need them.